Hello, everybody. Welcome back to our podcast. What's the topic again? Podcast. Welcome. And I am your co-host, Debra Love.
And I am your other co-host, Emairia Love, aka on the internet.
And our topic today is going to be on some places that we have traveled to, and then some places that we want to travel to, or maybe with me, since I'm getting on up there in my age, places that I want to retire at.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we've been to a couple places together,
Yeah.
and of course, when you're younger, you told me a few places as well, and we're willing to share. I mean, I've been to a few places myself when I was younger, so I'm very, very excited to be on this topic because I would love to travel when I get slightly older myself, not only in the U.S. but out the U.S.
And I would love for her to travel too, whereas she can drive and not me. Because most of the time when we are traveling, because we haven't flown
No,
anywhere together,
no.
and that's one of the things that we want to do is
Yeah.
fly, go somewhere, and just take that plane ride for a first time together. Don't talk about us. We just hadn't been there yet.
Yeah.
So just take that plane ride, together and go on an adventure. So
Yeah.
yes, we definitely gonna do that. But yes, as we travel, I am the designated driver.
That's most of the time how it rolls.
And that's just how it rolls. What we're gonna do now is take a break and then we're gonna come back to the topic. And welcome back. So I grew up in Vicksburg, Mississippi. Not a big town in Mississippi. The capital, the state capital, Jackson, Mississippi. Probably about at that time when the speed limit was 55 miles per hour. It took us about an hour and a half to make it to Jackson, Mississippi at that time. So we really didn't do too much traveling except for going to see my grandmother in a very small place called Hollandale, Mississippi. Did you ever go to Hollandale?
No, not personally, in my opinion. I think we probably passed through it before, or maybe around it.
No, I don't think I've taken you to Hollandale.
I don't think you personally take me there. This thing. Anyway,
not too much. But from Vicksburg, Mississippi, we did move to Miami, Florida, which was very exciting time for junior high kids. And that's where I met my best friend. To this day, we are still friends. Um, she was 14, I was 15 at the time that we met. So we've been friends for over 40 years. So we only stayed there maybe a year and a half, maybe, because I know we moved back the middle of my year. I want to say my ninth grade year. We moved back the middle of my ninth grade year, and we moved back to Vicksburg. So stayed in Vicksburg up until that entire time. In Vicksburg is a historic place.
Yeah.
Because the Battle of Vicksburg was fought there. So they have antebellum homes, the Vicksburg Military Park. One of the places, as far as I know as a kid, you got the Mississippi River. So you got the Mississippi River Queen. I think that boat is there because when I took Mississippi River course in high school, we had to learn about the Mississippi River. And one of our field trips was on the Mississippi River. And we were on a boat. And we went up and down, just a few distance up and down the Mississippi River. And it was something exciting. And then, when we go into Vicksburg, you see the old Vicksburg Bridge and the new bridge as far as the Mississippi River Bridge.
Which I prefer the new one, how it is. But of course, for like structure-wise, looking at artifacts and stuff like that of the old bridge, it is, still pretty to look at, of course.
It's pretty to look at, but it's only what's one traffic this way, traffic that
that's
way.
What I'm saying,
if an 18-wheeler was coming across that bridge, you had to wait for that 18-wheeler to come across that bridge in order for you to go across it. But just look it up. We probably post some pictures of it. Find
From
something on
Google Maps or Google Earth, stuff like that. We're gonna give credits unless Google sponsors us. Google, hello.
And so we moved back I mean, of course, back there, the courthouse is something good. That's something that we visited as well. Growing up there, going to visit the courthouse in Vicksburg. It was just those places in the Corps of Engineers, the Mississippi River Commission, places like that. As a kid, those was things, you live in your city, you got to learn about the city.
Of course.
That's basically what it was.
At most, learn your city and learn your state. That's
Right.
two things you have to like learn, especially while you're in grade school for sure.
And then lived there for basically my entire life, besides from that time period that, we lived in Miami, graduated from high school in Vicksburg, went to college in Raymond, Mississippi. And then as far as moving, I didn't leave Vicksburg until I was 26 years old, something like that. It was in 1994.
I was going to say 94. That's what
So we moved from Vicksburg to Shreveport, Louisiana for a job. But the job was in Bossier City, Louisiana, as far as the casinos. So we moved there, and we stayed there. At the time, your dad was he wasn't even my fiance at the time. But anywho, we were there. We were together.
We just met each other. That's
Right. So we was together at that time, and we only stayed in Shreveport for 6 months, and moved there, and we moved to Bossier City, which is like Shreveport and Bossier City, kind of
like next to each other. They're like next door neighbors, like knock knock, hello. This
So and I had to explain to people too. They're like, Shreveport and Bossier is the same. It's not.
No, it's not. It's not.
Shreveport.
And I'll get into when how I was when traveling anyway for me living in Bossier and stuff like that.
And it's not. They are two different parishes.
Yep.
You had to learn about that because that was something that I had to learn. Because growing up in Mississippi, we have counties.
Yeah.
When I moved to Louisiana, I learned
parishes.
it was a parish. So I'm like, okay, same thing, different name.
Yeah.
Get used to it. So Bossier Parish, Caddo Parish.
Right.
Bossier City, Bossier Parish. Shreveport, Louisiana, Caddo Parish. Two different cities.
Yep.
Separate mayors.
Yep.
Separate
sheriffs and stuff like. Yep, all that.
Fire chiefs.
History,
all of those.
All of it.
All of it is different. So we stayed there up until we moved here in last year. So most of my life, as my adult life, I spent in Bossier City, Louisiana.
Like 20 plus years, right?
Right.
Yeah.
In Bossier City, Louisiana.
Okay.
You want to talk about some places that you visit?
Yeah, I would say for me anyway, I was born and raised in Bossier City, Louisiana, and I've been there legit all my life. Like all of my life.
All of her life. Born and basically raised right there in Bossier City, Louisiana.
I mean, I've done a few traveling notes for when I was younger, growing up, was for Baton Rouge, Louisiana for sure, especially for my mom's graduation, for my sister's graduation. Yes. Was it Baton Rouge?
No, your niece's graduation was in Baton Rouge.
And
your graduation was in Baton Rouge.
Yeah, my graduation was in Baton Rouge. And I mean, we've been to New Orleans when I was in my teenage years for sure.
Yeah.
Love New Orleans, especially seeing friends there for sure.
Right.
And been to any other place. I mean, anywhere else. Lafayette. Monroe. I was about to say that. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we went to Alexandria before. It was a pit stop. That's it.
That was it.
It was nothing for literally. We came there just for something. No, it was.
But New Orleans was the most.
Yeah, the most for sure. For sure. I enjoy New Orleans all the time, especially downtown New Orleans. Don't go there at night. I say that to anybody. Don't go there at night. Don't play yourself. Don't do that, because you see some things and you don't know what's going to happen.
But by you being young, you just have to be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, that's it.
And that's in any place. So it was just that we were walking to find something to eat after she had a cheer competition, and we, seen some things that you don't normally see in Bossier City.
People, you see homeless people, you see just
right. And they are everywhere though.
Yeah,
so
they're everywhere.
It was just that.
It just depends on what area you should go in. That's highly populated for homeless people and stuff. Because in Texas, we're gonna talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, they're there too.
Yeah. But anywho, for me personally, I only been to a few places in my life to in Louisiana. Let's put it like that. And outside of Louisiana, personally, it would like I said in Texas. Been to Dallas. Been to Houston. And been to what is it? Fort Worth. There we go.
That's still probably about the same area. People probably
Same
say Dallas,
area,
Fort Worth,
same difference.
Austin, been to
Yeah,
Austin, Texas.
Austin. It was one more place in Texas. Can't think of it. Make me mad. I can't think
Garland.
of it. Garland. There we go. Specifically Garland, Texas. We've been to a few spots in Texas. It's not like you got the good and the bad. I say the one was my favorite personally, especially around that time because it was the holiday season. It was Garland.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
It was really beautiful downtown. I mean, and plus the structure, like not structures. Yeah, I would say the structures, like the buildings and stuff, were nice. Right. It was right next to a casino, and also on top of that, it was organized.
It wasn't a casino.
I thought it was a casino.
It's no casinos in Texas.
Oh yeah, you're right about that.
No gambling in Texas.
No gambling in Texas. No. But
they not casino wise, but they have lotteries in Texas.
I think it was a hotel that we were next to or something. That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Anywho, specifically with that, I would say over there in Garland is organized downtown for sure, especially when they have events because they direct traffic quick over there because we got out there pretty swiftly.
Well, we weren't really. I don't know whether it was downtown or not. We were just at the convention center and we were just in
it's one of the spots downtown.
A business area.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's one of the spots downtown anyway. It still looked like it could get busy, but it still was like structured, organized over there in my opinion.
Only thing I know, I was using the GPS and trying to get up out of there. That's it.
I helped her with the GPS. Right. I was on Google Maps. I'm like, listen to the Google Maps and they'll take you to your destination.
Now, where you really helped me at when we went to Dallas, for the NCAA competition.
Okay, for the people that don't know what NCAA is, if you're not an all-star cheerleader, NCAA is one of the biggest national competitions in the all-star cheerleading world. It's a big thing, and if you're a small gym or a big gym, it's always a big deal to either get first or at most place like top 3 at most.
To get first, it's the big trophy.
Big trophy. It looks like what is it? The cheer megaphone and stuff like that. It's gold, and you get a nice cute jacket and a personalized ring. NCAA ring was so close, but so far.
So close.
It still was a good experience.
Her team came in second that year.
It was still a good time for me. It was still a good time for me anyway, to even place second as a small gym,
Right.
For being one of the first for our small gyms to do that. So, yeah, that was great. Anyway, back to it.
But that year, we planned.
Yeah,
because you went to...
we did pre-plan. I pre-planned that
hard. Yeah, she pre-planned.
I pre-planned that in a whole year advance. At most, I'll say 6 months in advance. I'll say 6 months because we didn't know we were going to NCAA or not.
True.
At least for a second year. We went the first year, but because we weren't sure because we are a small gym after all. We got registered to do it for a second year, so we were like, hey, why not do a little bit more than we did last year? Let's see some teams. Let's do that. And let's go to like some spots that we haven't been to since we were going a day before early anyway. Right. And we went to a macaroon place. I forgot the name of it specifically, but I'll pull it up on screen, shout them out. They are a cute business. They have like really cute macarons. They're really good in my opinion. And it was another small place.
It was like they had fresh yogurt and fresh fruit on top of it.
It was really fresh.
We took pictures of that too.
Yeah, we did.
If you can find it.
I was scrolling through it and I looked and found it. So I'm like, that's nice. I found it so quick. But it's a very like small little like mini plaza inside of like a reserved building. It's very weird. But it's still populated.
I think I passed it twice before we realized, that's where it
times.
Is. Yeah, that's where it is.
It's like a whole square.
But it's like a marketplace.
Yeah, it was like a weird marketplace that was like not advertised at all to any of the small businesses that were inside that marketplace.
Yeah, inside of the marketplace. Yeah. So I'm like,
I don't know how it looks now, but specifically when it was like back in 2020. It was early 2020. I don't know how it looks now. I hope they shout out some of these businesses, at least like put like a post or something or like all the names or something.
It may have been. We just, it was new to us. Maybe. And we probably just didn't see the sign. We were just I really was just looking for the number on the
Right,
building.
right,
Basically,
right.
that's what I was looking for.
But yeah, specifically with that pre-planning of that, and
Right.
also you did the hotel, found a good hotel in my opinion, especially for where the NCAA competitions was being held every
Right.
year.
It was close to it.
Yeah.
Very close.
And specifically I planned out the whole scheduling for us to watch the certain teams that we wanted
Right.
to do day 1 and day 2, and literally day 1
You crashed.
started from 7 a.m. in the morning all the way to 10 p.m. at night.
Yep. We stopped at IHOP
at like 12 o'clock in the morning.
Too tired to eat. Got the food from IHOP. Took it back to the room. I ate mine, and I'm thinking that, why is she quiet? Because I got a room whereas
it's divided.
It was like it was a suite type of thing, because you had the sitting area, and then we had
the sitting area was
in
like
the sleeping area.
Yeah.
So you wanted to be in the sitting area
because you had a
sleeper sofa.
Yeah, sleeper sofa. That was it.
And I thought she was over there watching TV, eating her food and this and that. By the time I finished eating mine, and
I will embarrass myself on this camera.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up that picture.
She was in the chair, knocked out. Of course, I took a picture. Had to have some proof for it. So she was in the chair, knocked out. It was a good time.
Yeah, I mean, I was out. That was day 1. Day 2, we took it a little easy.
Yeah.
We watched like the teams that we wanted to see, succeed and at most win NCAA and stuff. Some teams did,
right?
Some teams didn't, and that's okay. But specifically, it was an enjoyable time, and I would
I really enjoyed it.
Forget that year at all, in my opinion, for sure. Not only for my team, but also just to see other teams as well.
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I want to go back to one.
I do too.
I really do.
Just for nostalgia, and also on top of that, just to see the new generation that's out right now.
And I'm sure they're doing some difficult stuff compared to what you all were doing back at that time. Yeah, that was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Houston is very. I mean, Dallas is busy. Yeah. Anybody who dealt with Dallas traffic, Dallas is busy.
Don't you dare go super late at night, because then you're gonna be back there for the next 30 to an hour. That's for real.
Yeah, but
Except New Orleans.
Houston traffic. I had to get used to New Orleans traffic.
Yeah,
it was like go from being in Bossier City to 3 lanes to going to New Orleans being at 5 and 6 lanes of traffic, and just having to get adjusted to that. This young lady right here took me out of my comfort zone as far as driving, because I was one of those people who I drove around in my area, but I never ventured off as far as driving to other places. So with her being on a traveling cheer team and this and that, I had to get, as my saying that I take from Eric Thomas, I had to get comfortable with being uncomfortable with driving. Night driving, I did not like.
You hated it so
Don't you remember us coming back from New Orleans, and when we got on 49, we started singing How Many Miles Away, as far as 45 bottles of beer on the wall.
Out of our minds, you're bored behind the wheel because you're like, I just want to get home.
And I just wanted to make sure that I stayed awake because it was at night.
Yeah.
I tried to leave a little early, but I said as long as I can be off, I think it was 190, as long as I can be off that stretch of road and be on a major interstate, then I should be good as far as, because I know it's a straight shoot.
Yeah.
As far
I would
as
say this as well, for sure, for both of us. We are definitely someone that'll be like, if we have a set time, we gonna follow that time, and if we don't follow that time, I guess that's God saying we should back it up and slow it down, and we gonna just go with the flow at this point. That's it.
Who we do not like traveling too much with, because they're gonna take us off our timeline, it's my husband. Because he wants to stop. The driver has an agenda. The driver has an agenda. I know what time I leave there. I'm writing it down. I know my arrival time.
Because Google Maps tells you the arrival time.
Right. But I have driven 8.5 hours straight.
Yeah.
I've driven
not saying I stayed up the whole time, straight. But I showed the, 4 hours knocked out. Then I'm up for the next 2,
Right. So I know that I can get behind the wheel and I can drive 10 hours straight.
You have. Well, almost. It wasn't, you split that in half with somebody.
Yeah, I did. So. But the thing, every time we gassed up, we changed drivers.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped out. But when we went to Fort Walton Beach, that was all on me.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah.
Because your sister did not help you with that, not one bit.
She did not help
not
me drive.
One bit.
Nope. So doing that and working for the Corps of Engineers and having to take vehicles and stuff back and forth and able to do that, then I was fine.
We have an intruder.
An intruder right here. Yes, ma'am.
She said, "Thank you for the pets. Thank you so much."
Can you sit down, please?
She's like, "Yeah, I can do that. You gonna keep scratching me?" I will put this in a YouTube short or something because this monkey gets on my last nerve when we start recording.
Can you lay down, please, so we can finish?
We like 21 minutes in. Come on, we can do this. Anyway, continue, Mom, while you scratching her, I guess.
Okay, so as far as me working for the Corps of Engineers, I used to have to take vehicles to other states, as far as to Arkansas, to Louisiana, take new vehicles to them, government vehicles to them, and get the old ones and bring them back. So doing that, that's when I really got into the, I got comfortable with driving that distance. So I was fine with that. But driving further, I started doing that when I moved away from Mississippi. And then with you, having to travel.
Yeah,
so when she had cheer competitions, normally her competition was on Saturday night and Sunday during the day.
Yeah.
So if they were on Saturday, I would travel on that Friday. So by me traveling on that Friday, they gave us, they gave me time to get to the hotel. Yeah. We can relax, and then I can get up the next morning, and we can go to the competition.
Right.
But I always like going that day before instead of trying to get on the road that day of.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not like we haven't snuck in like the day of, especially when at least the performance time is like late.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like 8:00 p.m.
Right.
Late. It's
so I'm like, we're not going that early.
Yeah.
Or even if it was like at 12 or 2, then I'm like, okay, I'm not going to go and spend a night for a room.
Yeah, especially if it's
we
like
can get up early in the morning.
I would say at most max, if it's like 5 hours or less to like a competition or whatever, then you're like willing to drive that day.
Right, but you remember that time that we did wait until that morning and it was so foggy outside?
Yeah. So I said this out loud. Well, we both did anyway. We were like, God, please let the fog lift or something because we can't see now.
One thing. See a thing in the fog.
Just raises up. And I'm like, look at God.
Thank you, because I couldn't see anything, and we were able to travel on without that much dense fog that we had. So times like that, I'm like, okay, I shouldn't have waited. I should have, went the day before because sometimes I can be cheap. And I know I could, so yeah.
You want to talk about a few more places that we went to, just at least on the other side, anyway. Besides over there, like in Texas and Louisiana, you want to talk about like more since like Texas, Louisiana, and Mississippi. Talk about a little bit of Georgia. Talk about a little bit of Florida. A little bit more.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's take a little break. All right then.
Okay, so. Competition again.
Yeah.
Orlando.
I love Orlando. It's so pretty. And the commercials do not lie. It is a very fun place to go to.
Right. And where you all did your competition at was a nice convention center or I don't know.
Convention center, but it was like I don't know. I remember my first year doing All-Star Cheerleading. We did the performance like outside on a beach.
Yeah.
Beachfront.
But that was in Fort Walton Beach, though. You did it on the beach. Yeah, you did it on the beach in Fort Walton Beach.
Okay. But
I keep hitting my mouth on the screen.
Something. I was trying to miss not to laugh. But... Ooh, nasty cough. She getting over her cold, y'all.
I'm getting so much better.
I was like, she getting over her cold. But anywho, specifically with that competition in Fort Walton Beach, the one I'm talking about, we had to do a performance. The stage was on the sand. Literally platformed anyway, was not stable at all because other people said that it was like the most unstable thing, so you better just be careful. The stage is small anyway, so if you trying to like stretch out and do a tumbling pass, you better be careful. Or if you're moving to transition in a stunt or whatever, I probably sound so crazy to some of these audio listeners. I am so sorry. Right. Anyway, like moving a whole stunt section specifically to AB, you had to like inch it. You had to inch it because it was so small. Anyway, I'm getting hot, and it's been like literally 4 or 5 years ago. Anyway,
It's been longer than that anymore, yeah.
5, 6 years ago.
Yeah, that's been a while back.
It's been like since 2015, Mama.
Okay.
That was my first year.
Yeah, that was your first year, but you remember how old you was your first year? You was about 11.
Yeah, you're right.
Right. So I may be getting older, but my memory is not that bad.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Right.
It's been like 6 or 7 years ago.
Right.
That sounds right. Anyway, specifically with that being said, though, at least the switch that we had to do backstage was definitely like crazy last minute. And if you won anyway, or after when you're done with the awards, y'all take pictures on the beach, and it'd be real cute and stuff.
I knew that I had a long drive ahead of me.
Yeah, and so we left early.
I left early, because I think, but you all have a.
I think we got first anyway.
Yeah, I think so, but because her gym at that time was like, if you leave early, your child will not get their award.
Yeah.
They were giving them medals. I'm like, I know I'm driving. I know rain is coming.
She gave me the medal anyway.
Yeah, she gave it. The cheer mom did. She said she earned it. So I was not going to just not give her award. So she did give her the medal.
Yeah.
But it was just one of those rules that the gym had. They wanted you to stay the entire competition.
I don't know, for sportsmanship stuff. I don't know. It's just more sense when it comes to doing a sport. That's where it's like a boundary for doing it for yourself or doing it for a team,
Right.
But doing it for the team in the moment is fine. But I'm like, support and doing stuff for your team is completely different.
But my thing is, and we've discussed this before, right, as far as with this, is that if you're doing something like that, have a charter bus or something. And then that way, if you want the team to stay together as a team, charter bus is not that expensive, because I searched it.
Yeah, I'm like, for some gyms, or most, if you want to just knock it out the way for the big payment, just contract somebody for a year, and that's it.
Right. So it wasn't that expensive, because I know it's maybe $50, $60 per person as far as on the bus at the time. That even when we went for Cindy's, it was not that expensive. But
my dance studio. Anyway, at the time.
So we did that. I just had to leave.
Yeah.
With me driving, a female driving at night, as far as that, traveling on the interstate with a young child at that time.
Yeah.
I just had to leave because it was safe for us, trying to get there and get home at a decent time. Mm-hmm. If it was me and another parent, I still would say, trying to leave early.
At most, you will have a discussion with that parent beforehand.
Right.
Or almost like that day, like the beginning of that day, just talk to them beforehand about the game plan and what's going to go on, and that's it. I know how y'all operate for sure.
Right, but it was...
most of the time, when you travel with somebody, we stayed. That was it.
When we went to Orlando, then we just
pushed
shift drivers.
Yeah, y'all pushed it out. That's
we pushed it out. We switched drivers. By the time we made it to Jackson, I'm like, oh shoot, we over halfway home right now. We just 3 hours out.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it, because even when I was talking to my husband, he said, y'all where? I said, we're in Jackson. You go come. We coming home tonight, and we pushed it out.
Yeah.
And we made it on home.
It was a long drive. It was a very long
drive. Of course, the kids slept. And I would even say the adult driver, the other one, she slept.
She ate her stuff.
I did not sleep not one
she
time,
ate her
because
snacks and then she fell out.
I don't sleep with other people driving, because
you like to
I want to make sure that they stay awake.
She likes to talk about the world. She likes to talk about
But then with me, I make sure that I am awake. I've got enough rest as far as me driving home. Now, one time I did get sleepy with us traveling home, and that's when we coming from Garland. I think I got sleep.
Oh yeah, it was because we ended the competition ended so late.
It was late.
They were back up on at least. The schedule was so far behind.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Because it was supposed to, I believe, ended 6 or 7. Daylight was supposed to still be out. But it was so backed up that they had to finish a few performances a lot ahead anyway. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, they had to prep for awards and try to score up stuff. And that's what took so much time. And it didn't end till 8:30, 9 o'clock at night or something.
It was late.
It was very late. We won that competition though. I enjoyed
Y'all
that
did.
one.
Y'all
that
won
was
that competition.
Definitely we did good both days. That was that type of competition. But specifically, we went to what other place did we go to? That
With Tampa.
Tampa. That's what I was trying to think
But
of.
you didn't.
We
I
did.
got out the most when
Yeah.
we went to Tampa because we went to Tampa because I was working on my doctorate degree at that time, and my residency was in Tampa around Christmas time. So we drove here to Columbus, spend Christmas with my mom and my niece,
And
and
my
the
cousins.
day, yeah, and the great nephews and great niece. That day after Christmas, we were up on the road going to Tampa, Florida.
Yep.
So Mama, she started no, Mama started off driving because Mama drove a pretty good distance until
That's
the
when
traffic.
She was mobile, like a little healthier.
Yeah, until the
younger.
traffic got kind of bad, and then we had to pull over because I think it was an accident or something or whatever. We had to pull over,
I know you
and
had
then
to do toll and stuff like that, didn't you?
right, and then I drove the rest of the way. Tampa is nice.
Yes.
I was really considering Tampa as my retirement place.
Yeah,
Someone is trying to talk me into. Well, not you.
No.
Someone else is trying to say you need to consider Orlando instead of Tampa. So I don't know. Only thing I know, I just want to be near some water. Just want to be near some water.
That's just her personally.
Yeah,
you know?
for retirement because it's peaceful. I can watch the sun rise. I can watch the sun set. I know it's going to be beautiful.
Now, I know specifically when it comes to Georgia, at least we obviously, where we stay at Columbus, Georgia, it's a very nice place. A big loop, big circle. Can say that for sure. My aunt was not wrong about that.
Right.
And specifically when it comes to Atlanta, I know you really didn't get to explore there, but I know for sure one day we will.
Atlanta, I just don't like the traffic.
I mean, that's just because to any like general busy city.
I mean, even today with us going to Fayetteville, Georgia, the traffic wasn't that bad. It was just coming back. It was just in Peachtree City,
which is another busy
Georgia.
spot. That's another busy spot.
It was busy right there in that area. So we were still probably maybe 30 minutes, I think, outside of Atlanta. From with us going there. I don't mind. I just have to have a plan. I got to know where I'm gonna be.
Yeah.
And I can plan everything out. Then I will be ready to deal with that Atlanta traffic.
Yeah, that's
bottom line.
That's just one thing I'll say for sure about we haven't been to Atlanta yet because we have a pre-plan like either places to go or what to do or anything like that. So if you want at least some suggestions, people,
please
let us know like a good couple food spots, a couple specifically like, places to visit, some just places to go. That'll be great.
I know what I'm gonna do though.
What?
As far as food spots over there, I'm gonna go to the Food Network website because it's a whole lot of chefs on the Food Network have their restaurants in Atlanta.
Also, y'all want to see us like do more than just like us record podcasts. Let us know. We can do like some shorts and just get creative on that too.
Right.
That might be fun to do. Anyway, specifically, we're gonna take a little break and we're gonna talk about places that we want to go to.
We're back. Now we're gonna talk about some places that we want to go visit.
Yes.
And one of the places that I seen a picture of it when I was in junior high school. I said I wanted to live there was Montreal, Canada. It was just that picture had some beautiful city lights. It was like, where in the world is this place? And I just so happened to look at the caption of it, and it said Montreal, Canada. Haven't made it there yet, but that's one of the places on my list that I want to go to. What's one of yours?
I would say with Canada, anyway, talking about those places. I mean, Ontario, Canada, Quebec, for sure. It's another place I can't think of off the top of my head, but it's a bunch of places I want to visit in Canada alone, and just seeing different cultures there too, and also on top of that,
learn how to speak some French.
Yeah, that's one thing that we both want to do. Just learn different languages.
That'll be another podcast.
Yeah, I was saying learn different languages and stuff like that. That sounds fun. Specifically, I would say another place is Alaska, even though that's like still U.S. Still though, that's up there when it's still qualified to be a part of the U.S.
Yeah.
Northern Lights, you got snow, you got mountains over there. I mean, in my opinion, looking at it just is so beautiful,
You can
especially for
probably see
pictures.
the
For
Northern
sure.
Lights in Canada too.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
You see it even like still like in Michigan and stuff like that.
Right.
You can see it from
Right.
there. But specifically, just the beautiful mountain tops. That's what I mostly
Right.
look at. It's still
That
pretty
it should
to me.
be amazing.
Is it cold place? Yes. Is it mostly dark some days or mostly light some days up there? Yes.
In Alaska? Yeah.
But that's just coming to either, if you live there, you adapt to it, or when you visit there, you just have to be aware that that happens.
Right, because some people that I've known that stayed there said they had to put curtains up to their windows.
Up. That's what people say. Especially
in order
to reset the brain to be
right.
like, this is dark now. That means it's nighttime.
Right, but then sometimes dark mean it was daytime as well.
Yeah,
so,
and that's some people will say this too as well. Specifically, when it comes to the switch, or at most the sudden, like, oh, it's still dark outside, but everybody's still partying, and
right.
It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's like, figure that out. But it's just something that you have to like understand and get used to if you want to stay there or travel there. Personally.
I just travel.
I would personally just travel.
Sure
I know at first I said I want to move there, but I'm like, I don't know yet. I don't
make sure
know.
I research the time as far as traveling there as well.
Another place I wanted to go to specifically where it's like quote unquote busy. I know a lot of people. Not right now. It's not the greatest condition, but still, though, I just want to travel there for like, I don't know, like maybe for a few weeks. Is New York City specifically?
Yeah.
Either Brooklyn and stuff like that. I want to go there because not only of like the cultural background of a lot of roots of a lot of popular things in this world, but also on top of that, especially like going around Christmas. I know some people say it's busy, but
it's very busy this time of the year.
But still, though, I want to go there just for fun, not only for the culture, but also for the food. The food.
The food, yeah. Different.
I just
different
personally like that. If we
it's,
have to travel, we
diverse.
gotta get some good. Yeah,
right.
Good
right.
Food,
They're diverse.
Good food.
We said we want to go to Paris, France.
That's been ever since I was a little kid, and I think that's Barbie's fault with that. I think it was. Wasn't it Barbie's fault with that?
I think she was in Paris with fashion stuff.
It was something to do with fashion. She went to Paris or something. I'll probably pull up the movie or specifically what I'm talking about anyway for the viewers of our YouTube channel. But specifically, it was a Barbie movie that was about her being like a fashion designer or something.
Yeah.
And she got like, like the final bit of like the movie anyway.
For Fashion Week?
Yeah. I'm going to say she got like flown out to Paris to show out her designs on different dresses and stuff.
Of course. It's Barbie.
Yeah. Real cute. And I personally like that movie. I know you fell in love with that one.
Yeah.
And
I like Barbie.
Yeah. And then after that, specifically, I think we were like, we're going to go to Paris, France.
Right.
We want to go to Paris so bad. I know you probably like the hot chocolate over there because some people say the hot chocolate is good in Paris.
Okay.
They say rich and stuff.
We'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
What's another place I think about?
Florence, Italy. I want to go to Italy.
Italy's a good place.
Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just to really have some real
authentic Italian food is really nice.
Yes, that pasta.
People said that pasta's good over there.
Or just really just to go into just actually see the culture itself. You know, Italy, Italian food. You said you want to go to Japan.
Yeah, Japan. I want to go to Japan so bad. And no, it's not because of anime or anything like that. It's actually for more sense of the culture more than anything. I personally
like the food too.
Yeah, the food too. I love the food. I love making food at home. You have to be careful
about what you can't eat everything.
I can't eat. My tolerance to spice is not that good, but
yeah,
specifically, the food over there is very unique to them and their traditional style of eating for sure. I would love that, specifically the ramen. I love good ramen or pho. I've been making pho lately. We go make pho for Christmas. I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited about that. Anyway, specifically not only for the food, but like I said, the culture, understanding the culture, just, seeing the history behind all of that, because that's dynasty history right there.
Right.
And I really want to learn more about that personally. That sounds like something that's like a month to 3 months that I want to like stay there just to understand and grasp that type of energy.
That's
good.
Just me. That sounds like fun.
Yeah.
I want to go to Spain.
You said that. Spain, I like personally, and like I know Spain and Mexico are two different things, but
Definitely.
specifically Spain for the culture. But you're saying Spain because something else ain't it? It's Encanto, ain't it?
Encanto.
And you saying you look like Bruno.
Rio.
And so you look like Bruno right now, basically with like the rap on and everything. Next week is comfort movies and stuff, and she's going to go off about that. I could just hear it anyway.
Nothing. I like Disney movies.
Yeah.
I am a big kid at heart when it comes down to things like that. Of course, right now, this time of the year, I'm into my Hallmark stuff.
Yeah.
I'm a romance person. I'm a feel good type person. I'd rather watch something that's going to make me feel good than watch something that's going to make me feel bad, or I'm gonna say feel bad, or
You
sad.
just like feeling love. That's what you like.
Yeah, I mean, I like happy endings.
Yeah, you like love. Let's put it like that.
Right.
You like love, as your last name being
It's
love.
and God is love. So it's love.
Yeah,
I spread a lot of love. I like seeing movies like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not gonna say I don't like a good mystery. I like a good mystery as long as it's not a whole lot of gory,
See, this
killings or whatever.
This is where we go polar opposite specifically, because I'm more in the sense of the psychological thriller. But anywho, we're not talking about movies. About that. We're talking about traveling.
That's the topic. Traveling.
Obviously, we're talking about traveling. I want to go to Mexico. I didn't say that yet. Like I said, I know Spain and Mexico are two different things. Mexico specifically more says, I like the food there. I want to try the food there so bad.
All
personally.
The way about the food.
It's always about the food. Something about that food just looks so good. And also, once again, when it comes to culture, for both of those, in my opinion, it's not only two different things, but in my opinion, Mexican culture is definitely for sure like homebody, right, in my opinion. And I want to experience that personally, for sure.
And a good thing to really, I'm just over here thinking about, is hitting all 7 continents.
Yeah.
Finding a spot or several spots that you want to visit all 7 continents. I think that'll be a good bucket list for us. Because it's some places in Africa that I really want to visit. Connection. It's some places in Senegal, the Ivory Coast, say Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria, Jamaica, right? Or
Jamaica is an island.
Island for sure. Outside Pacific, I want to go to Jamaica for sure.
Jamaica.
That's I'm just saying to myself.
Right.
I'm like, I want to go to Jamaica so bad.
So you can hit some islands, true enough, but it's just from what I've seen, they have some beautiful beaches in Africa.
Beautiful
they
beaches
show
and
us
architecture. Let's put it like that too.
Right. They show us, the sad part.
Yeah,
as
and
far
not
as
really
Africa,
like the living is there is not as horrible as people are like saying.
Africa is a rich country.
The same way with China.
Continent. It's a rich continent.
Like I said, it's like Africa, and I will say like China for sure. Like two like rich continents for sure, in my opinion.
Well,
and
Europe, China is a country inside of Europe.
I would say Europe. I say Europe specifically, Europe and Africa. That's
right. So yeah, I think that'll be something good to do. Is to visit, just write down, be a little bit more detailed as far as where we want to go, what we want to do when we get there, and see. I'm looking for a retirement spot.
Yeah.
I'm saying Tampa and Orlando right now.
For me, I just
want to be on the beach.
And for me, I just want to travel as much as I can because I am still young after all, and just experience a couple things, to understand a lot of things.
Traveling is good.
That's just me
personally. Because the United States is not the only place that exists.
Yep.
Because most of the time people don't get the opportunity to go anywhere because you see things here and think, oh, it's only in the U.S. And then you go to another place, another
country. It's like a whole 180 on what's going on over there.
It may be
like on the sense
of a different culture, but it's still the family dynamic that I'm going to be looking for as far as visiting. Just family. Yeah. Family. What's all about family? How that cultural background is.
I agree. And I would say specifically, when you do travel, people be safe, of course,
Right. Because I may be looking for a tour guide. I'm not going to try to go somewhere and venture off on my own.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to say definitely a tour guide.
Especially in another country.
Yeah. Alrighty, party people. Hope you guys enjoyed this week's podcast episode. If you did, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and
like it.
Yes, like the video, and also as well, follow us specifically on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Go to our website www.whatsthetopicagain.com. And any final words, Mother?
Well, I would really, really appreciate if some of our listeners and viewers, as far as YouTube, leave some comments of some places that you want to travel to.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I would love to hear that.
I would also like to plug myself because I almost forgot. You can follow me anywhere at M4RSXLOVE. Everywhere is down in the description. I need the follows, please. I'm going to post soon anyway. Be excited for me. Thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this week's video. I hope y'all have the amazing rest of y'all week and rest of y'all day. We'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you.